about to enter the largest and most beautiful tomb in all of ancient Egypt. It is home to the soul and spirit of Queen Nefertari, wife of Ramses the Great from Egypt's 19th dynasty. Her tomb houses 7 chambers. Nearly every surface was decorated with vibrant colors. Even the ceiling is illuminated with stars representing the heavens. Queen Nefertari, unlike most queens, participated in civil and government matters, and her ability to read and write made her one of the most gifted queens in ancient Egyptian history. With one of the most decorative tombs, it is clear to see that she was made a living goddess during her lifetime. The walls are illustrated with scriptures from the ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead, ensuring the queen's safe passage to the afterlife. Although he is not pictured, Ramses the Great's love for the queen shines throughout her tomb with poetry engraved into walls of this beautiful sacred place. Upon discovery of this hidden wonder, her sarcophagus and mummy were stolen along with other artifacts in the tomb. Even though her tomb is empty, it remains as one of the essential windows into the ancient past. As you explore through the tomb, you will encounter multiple paintings which offer additional information about the tomb and its inhabitants. Press the trigger on your left controller when the glowing grid appears around a painting to learn more about the gods and goddesses who guided the queen on her journey to the afterlife. The falcon-headed god Ra-Horakhti, with a solar disk on his head, is a composite of the 2 gods Ra and Horus. Horakhti means Horus who is on the horizon. This vulture is a manifestation of the goddess Nekhbet. She is the goddess of Upper Egypt or Southern Egypt. In each one of her claws, she is holding a Shen symbol, a ring that symbolizes eternity and protection. The seated figure is Osiris, the god of the dead and king of the underworld. His green skin represents fertility and rebirth. He wears a tight white garment representing mummification, and he's holding the crook and flail, which are symbols of kingship and leadership. These heavenly animals are associated with the sun god Ra and can provide the deceased queen with food in the afterlife. Each cow is named separately. For example, the red cow in the lower register is called the greatly beloved red of hair, and the bull is called the bull, male of the herd, who dwells in the red castle. The figure in the middle has a ram's head and is tightly mummified in white cloth. This is both a representation of the sun god Re and the god of the dead, Osiris. To his left is the goddess Nephthys, and to his right is the goddess Isis. They are associated with mummification, and that is why they are shown with this mummified god in Nefertari's tomb. The seated figure is Osiris, the god of the dead and king of the underworld. His green skin represents fertility and rebirth. He wears a tight white garment representing mummification, and he's holding the crook and flail, which are symbols of kingship and leadership. Here stands the god Ptah. He is an ancient god of creation, crafts, and the arts. Perhaps that is why Nefertari, pictured on the left, is presenting him with trays of linen, a highly skilled crafted good. Ptah is recognizable by his green skin, tight white robe, and fitted cap. The goddess in this painting is Neith. She is an ancient creator goddess, identified by her headdress, which is 2 bows and a shield. Neith was both a patron goddess of war and hunting, as well as the creative practice of weaving. Her ancient cult center was in the Delta in Lower Egypt. Ramesses II's family is thought to have come from Lower Egypt. The seated black dog is the jackal god Anubis. Anubis is the god of mummification, and he protects the deceased as they pass into the underworld. The painting on the lintel shows a beautiful image of the goddess Ma'at. She is spreading her protective wings over the entrance to the queen's burial chamber. Ma'at was the goddess of truth, justice, and order. Ma'at is usually identifiable by the feather she wears on her head. This is a version of the falcon god Horus, who is the son of Isis and Osiris. Here he is called Horus Lunmutef, or Horus the pillar of his mother. This figure's clothes tell us of his role in Nefertari's tomb. Here he is dressed in a leopard garment, the ceremonial dress of a priest performing rituals. This is a version of the falcon god Horus, who is the son of Isis and Osiris. Here he is called Horus Lunmutef, or Horus the pillar of his mother. This figure's clothes tell us of his role in Nefertari's tomb. Here he is dressed in a leopard garment, the ceremonial dress of a priest performing rituals. This is the guardian of the fifth portal to the underworld. This guardian is represented as a child holding two knives across its chest. This is Osiris, the god of the dead and king of the underworld. Here, he is standing in a shrine with a roof. We know that it is Osiris because of the hieroglyphic inscription, but also because of his associated symbols. One of his most important symbols is his white crown with two feathers. The seated figure on the left is the goddess Nephthys. You can tell by her head, which is made of two hieroglyphics. The top symbol, which looks like a bowl, means lady, and the bottom rectangular symbol means mansion. So she is the lady of the mansion. The next two figures are the sons of Horus. They are Kabisunuf with the head of a falcon and Happy with the head of a baboon. The sons of Horus are also the protectors of the mummy's internal organs. That is why their heads are seen on canopic jars.